Hi folks, glad you could be here. I think you'll be very glad, extremely glad, before we're done. Two things I would like to accomplish in the next 18 minutes. One, I would like to extend an invitation to you to join us as we roll out a groundbreaking new social architecture. This will be offered to you as a source code package, but also as a platform and more. But before we get to that, I would like to ask a question. Do you want to receive the 3 essential ingredients to a recurring lifetime income? Well, this is a critical question, and I intend to provide these things to you right now. Nationally and individually, many are facing challenges across the cultural, political, and economic landscape of our world. Navigating these rocky shores, choosing the right path, very often defies even the most focused efforts. Advisors and gurus, so-called, abound that promote their own pet deal and their worn techniques, or even complete distractions. Currently, even some of the most respected models are breaking down. Exhibit A might give you the federal government. Seems dysfunction rules the day. So without having the benefit of a crystal ball, many are left to speculate, and they grapple with market realities and failed models. Many stumble forward without a clear vision. And I hear the question resounding, who can I look to? Someone to aid me in my business development, who can be objective, who will truly be in my court. A little foundation. What makes a real business? If you don't have an overall big picture view of where you're going, you're more than likely going to get lost. The problem here is that online and offline we're taught plenty of tactics, strategies, techniques, but believe me, the serious money will avoid us if we don't have one essential ingredient, and that is a plan. If you don't have an initial operating blueprint, a long-term model, and an exit strategy, most people will find themselves bogged down and spinning their wheels for years. However, the opportunities will be limitless for those who are fortunate enough to acquire to themselves a clear plan, a compelling product, and a delivery platform. If one does a search for the Inc. 500 list in the well-known publication Inc., which is the benchmark for the fastest growing small private companies in America, you'll realize something that I found very exciting. Those companies at the top of the list with highest growth and highest revenues are software companies. And now let's think about this. These businesses are created by people like you and me, sometimes in their garages with literally 1, 2, 3 people. And you realize this industry is very highly compensated and produces high-value assets. And get this, with practically no supply or distribution chain. And here we have the Inc. 500 list, a fairly poor screen capture, but nevertheless, the companies you see listed here were within the top 100 companies on the Inc. 500 list, and if you'll notice in the revenue column, we have 19.3 million, we have 15.6 million. These are huge revenue shares, and it's just amazing. As these businesses develop and improve their brand, something happens. Their perceived value, their market share, and ultimately their net worth continue to increase also. Now, corporations which sell their assets for millions and sometimes billions have prepared for it. All right, let's make some wild assumptions here. Let's say, in your case, you've created or acquired software and systems that solve people's problems instantaneously. As a consequence, you're in control of an extremely valuable asset. Assets that you can literally sell or leverage in many other ways. Now, if you don't have the larger picture of where you're going, even before you start your business, you're actually not likely to arrive at the ultimate possible outcome. The successful businesses we saw were prepared and are prepared with a clear vision, and as they build their value, they're moving toward a predetermined endpoint. The amazing thing about this industry is that once they have their product line, it costs them very little to keep producing it over and over, with sometimes unlimited distributions, which naturally means unlimited customers. Folks, are you beginning to see this? So let me ask you, what do you need even before you start? Which, by the way, 99% of internet businesses don't even factor in. The answer? An exit strategy. Now, another way of saying this is, where do you want to be in 5 or 10 years? Well, what actions do you implement? What systems and tools do you employ in order to tip the balance to achieve that end goal? Well, let me ask you, what if the optimal in systems, tools, the revenue models, a supportive community were all modularized, each carefully put in place and strategically laid out to route you toward a successful software and service delivery business? Well, I'm about to reveal to you a new paradigm in business development where such resources are readily and freely available. So let me ask you again, have you acquired business assets yet? If so, good for you. Have an exit strategy that envisions the end point, performs your successful campaigns while growing value and ultimately liquidating both debts and equities and profiting immensely. If you have not yet acquired sufficient assets, I'm going to show you how some, and possibly yourself, have become instant virtual real estate magnates. This is not physical property, this is internet properties. Let me explain where I'm going with this. Each of these principles would be applicable to your existing intellectual property, but I want to suggest an emerging development which satisfies all of these points. This is the entrance point to a groundbreaking, feature-intense, member-oriented architecture, which would be internet-based or on the cloud. We are going to be bringing, along with a team of partners, an opening of the door for more people to take advantage of our next generation premier social platform. This is our exclusive, highly sought after, solid platinum, web-based software. And we give you the source code. The value here is easily in the tens of thousands. We're handing you the keys to an expanding empire. Very much demand, but that's not all. Let's imagine you as the creator of your own customized software as a service platform. My team and I can furnish you solutions not only to provide quick results, but also a recurring income. In brief, we're straightening most of the curves and rough spots that an entrepreneur encounters moving on to this revolutionary framework. This framework includes next-generation cloud services, socially enabled communities, and groundbreaking marketing elements. We have designed and created this service to flatten obstacles, straight line your progress, to quickly bring you up to speed. Yes, I'm glad you asked. There is step-by-step training. There's industry-leading tools. Certainly we provide support, hosting, and if desired, a path to acquiring root-level ownership of these resources hosted on our servers or on yours. Now, hold it. Did I just say that? Because if I did, we are shattering a major barrier to success. And you've just encountered a profound shift in the way online services are delivered. I've been in the middle of this internet game for about 12 years. And prior to that, my training was anything but internet. However, in the course of developing systems for my business, which is centered around property and asset management, systems integration, the desire to bring together all the necessary features into a single framework seemed to evade me, where I finally began to sketch that dream architecture. And this vision began to mature, and I began then to develop strategic alliances with some amazing people. One of these people has been on his course of discovery and had put a big part of his life into developing a unique and powerful social platform, the beauty of which was its openness, its portability, and its scalability. Well, thankfully now, its availability. I want you to meet this individual, and I'll reveal how in a few moments. First, a few more words on what we've put together and how we want your help to bring it to the public. We are making history right now. If you followed the rise of social platforms, and yes, this would conjure up the image of a Facebook, well, this is the next level in the saga of the evolving social fabric. We're introducing a heretofore unknown revolutionary marketing platform. It has extreme elements that have never before been tied together in a cloud-based, socially enabled architecture, and we're talking the marriage between social media and extreme marketing elements. Now, the rollout version is almost ready to be released, and we would like you to be involved in joining with us to bring it to the attention of the public. So depending on your level of interest, your approach to this internet bombshell may vary. What I mean is, by simply going to the address at the bottom of this slide, you'll have an opportunity to check it out, be a beta tester. You'll be helping to populate the community, but you'll also receive tremendous benefits and very important resources. You'll also, as you are inside, be given an upgrade track to own our solutions. This becomes perhaps the least cost method of ownership. Next, you may want to participate in an upcoming promotion. Here there's going to be a great deal of interest that will accompany the launch, and it will swell your earnings. Or you may want to be an owner of the platform. You'll receive the rights and the source code. These things are being made available at the address that you'll see at the bottom of this slide. Okay, now, concerning the question that was asked at the very beginning of this video about 3 essential ingredients to recurring lifetime income, I would like to fulfill my promise to you and provide and deliver those solutions to you right now. You see them listed here: product line, execution plan, and delivery platform. So what I would like to suggest to you is that everything we've talked about in this video, the 3 essential ingredients listed here, are all going to find their perfect complement within the product rollout that I've been describing to you. For example, from the moment you land in the members area, you are going to be immersed from day one in a community of conscience that is preset to deliver needed essentials that will advance you on a self-paced progress track. You'll be using premium tools, forums, web page and blog creation resources. These are all things which you not only will be able to use, but you will also be able to promote. You need something that has some longevity to it, that has an effect of establishing you as an authority in your field, a trusted authority. And you'll build momentum upon your progress track as you take advantage of the traffic generation utilities, as well as the process mapping, which is unlike any other. There are time management aids which will enable you to leapfrog over the obstacles that you may have encountered in the past. As for the delivery platform, you'll have immediate access to a user dashboard. It will give you access to lead generation tools, planning tools. In fact, there's probably never a more powerful tool ever devised that would contribute to subscriber loyalty as what you are receiving in the control panel. You will also have back-end controls for setting up your campaigns, managing your lists, subscriptions, autoresponders, your own reseller networks, and tracking and managing all of your subscribers. This is the ownership opportunity of a lifetime. There's also unlimited hosting. There is also unlimited replications of these platforms. Before we move on, notice the red banner down at the bottom of this page. This shows you what you will see when you arrive at our landing page, where you will be given the opportunity to download my private interview with the developer of the underlying technology for $1. This is a smashing offer, folks, because this is not a sales page, nor is it just an informational report. It is a complete roadmap, a reference, a blueprint to how you can set these services up yourself, and some of the critical aspects of developing a quick cash yet recurring revenue solution for yourself and for others. Also, how to develop something big that will help you to acquire that prestige or that authority status. Also, the type of product and the products within which provide longevity, which provide the centralization that is necessary, where all of your tasks can be simplified and all of the repetitive requirements of running an online service are all within one dashboard and all brought together in one place, automating, simplifying, and making these things able to be to run as a service on your own internet property. Also, we'll show you how a platform that supports others can be quickly built and quickly adapted. The aspect of community and the social nature of media today, which is pretty much instrumental and essential to building something where members innately need to intersect with staff and other members. Folks, you do not want to miss this groundbreaking webcast. And I don't want you to miss it. It's, well, just a breakthrough content-packed blueprint. You'll be so glad you picked it up. So I strongly recommend you follow the link coming up at the end of the video. Well, that about wraps it up. Just two things, then I'll let the music play so you can review the details on the video screen. Number one, you should know that before we go live, you can position yourself as a beta tester on our platform for possibly the least cost entry that will ever be offered. Look for the early bird list registration when you download the webcast. That way we can notify you before we go live. And number two, when our revolutionary social platform source code offering becomes available, it will sweep the internet and generate a lot of business. Why don't you join us as a referral partner? Look for our invitation after you download the webcast. Well, thanks for taking your time to view this. I hope we get to meet. Really, I do. And bye for now.